Hey everyone, I hope you guys are having a good day. It is a beautiful day here in West Alabama. It is like 75 degrees right now. I don't really know what to do with myself because it's been freezing lately. So we're enjoying this day and hopefully we'll get outside soon. But anyways, I get a lot of questions daily about just diet, exercise, things like that. So I thought I would just take a few minutes to answer some of y'all's questions. So one of the questions I get most is, how did you start to lose all your weight? Well, the first thing I always say is you have to be in the right mindset. You have to be in the right place, because I think I've told, if y'all see on my Instagram, y'all will see where I always preach like diet pills, yada yada yada, because you can try to do all those things and nothing's really going to work until you're really ready in your heart and your mind to do it. And that's absolutely true. I hit a breaking point one day. I don't even remember what it was, but I just felt miserable, and I don't know, I was ready to make a change. And it was just like one day, literally like something snapped, and it was on from then. And ever since then, I was just able to, stick with my diet and make it consistent. And so anyways, basically to answer the question, what did I do to start losing weight? I got in the right mindset, first of all, and second of all, I cut out all the junk I was eating. This was all while I was in between undergrad and grad school. And in undergrad, I, gained the freshman, 50. It was a ridiculous amount. But anyways, I just cut out all the crap I was eating. I would go to Taco Bell a ridiculous amount. I know y'all know this already, but I would go to Taco Bell all the time. So I cut out fast food, I cut out fried food, I cut out Coke, sodas. I didn't even drink a lot of like Coke or anything. I would just drink like Diet Coke every now and then. But I cut out all that. Really, all I would do, I just started eating healthy, making better choices, and I just drank a whole lot of water. And I started exercising. I think at first I started exercising maybe 3 times a week and increased it maybe 3 to 5 times a week. And I really just started going to exercise classes. That's what all got it started for me. But going back to what I first said, you've got to be in the right mindset. You can't take a diet pill and expect to lose 5 pounds in a week if you're gonna keep eating like crap. You can't do it. You've got to change the way you eat. Diet is everything, and diet is the hardest part. That's why you have to be in the right mindset. So until you can get in that frame of mind to say, yes, I want to do it, and yes, I'm going to make it a lifestyle change, then there's really no point even trying, because you've got to get there. Okay, another question I get pretty frequently is, have you kept up with, this diet and exercise lifestyle, yada yada. So when I first started like dieting, I found a plan that I knew would work for me. And it has evolved over time. It's changed a little bit, but basically it's all stayed the same. What I told y'all I did to start really losing my weight was just eating right and exercise. And that's really all I've done, and that's what I've kept doing. I don't want anybody to think that I restrict myself, because I definitely do not. I eat what I want. Like if I go on a weekend trip, I'm going to eat and I'm going to indulge and I'm going to enjoy it. But the difference between what I used to do, like all this binge dieting I would do, I would, if I was going to diet back in the day, I would diet for maybe a couple of days, and then I would have a cheat meal, and it would turn into like a cheat month. But now, if I have a cheat meal, the next morning I wake up and, hey, that cheat meal, it was great and delicious, but I, just go back to my normal, regular diet. So I make it a lifestyle change, and the way I was able to do that was just pick something that was, I was able to do. And, it was really hard. The first month was the most difficult, but if you find, if you start enjoying those healthy foods, or once you start enjoying those healthy foods and those better choices, it's like your taste buds change. I don't know, I can't explain it. And now it's just what I'm used to. And when I have a few days, like if I go on a vacation or something and I eat whatever I want to, oh girl, I am ready to just get back on track, because I can tell my gut, it screams at me. It does not tolerate, just fatty foods, junky foods anymore. So, I picked something that I could stick with. you know, I don't do anything crazy. Y'all see what I eat most of the time. I mean, baked veggies, baked meat. I mean, just better options. So you just got to find something that you can stick with, and that's how it's gonna stay consistent over time. You know, if you find something extreme, like I know people do that military diet, and if it works for you, that's awesome. But I know it's like I don't know, 3 or 7 day diet, something like that. And I just, you know, if you pick something like that, that's not attainable for the rest of your life. You've got to do something that you can stick with for forever, you know. I mean, have your days where you're gonna eat what you want to, but you can't fall back and just keep eating like that. You've got to go back to your normal ways, and you just got to stay consistent. Another question I get, and it's kind of similar to the last one, is how do you find the time to exercise during the day and so frequently? And my answer to that is you don't find the time, you make the time. And, you know, I could probably think of a gazillion different excuses during the day to not work out. But if you want something bad enough, you make the time to do it. And y'all have seen me there's some days when I have to squeak out a 30-minute workout at home, but, you know, I get the job done. Sometimes I get up before everybody in the house is up. I exercise then. Sometimes it is late at night when everybody is in bed. I mean, it really just depends. But regardless, if you really want something and if you really, you know, want to get it done, you make the time. So you make it a priority, and that's what I have to do every day. Sorry if these questions are kind of everywhere, y'all. But one of the other questions I get, y'all know I'm not a huge meat eater. Like at nighttime if I'm cooking, that's where I get the majority of the meat that I eat because it's fresh. But anyways, a lot of people ask me, how do you get all your protein in, especially if you don't eat a lot of meat? Well, I eat a lot of egg whites. I try to incorporate egg whites in everything I do because that's just one of the more natural ways to get it, because I also drink a lot of protein shakes, and protein shakes are great. They will give you that protein that you need, but synthetic protein is just not as good for you as, you know, like the real protein. So unfortunately, I don't eat as much meat as I should to get my protein in, but I do, you know, I eat the protein bars, I drink the protein shakes, and I eat a lot of egg whites, and I'll eat the egg whites plain. I put them in my oatmeal. I make my French toast. I put them in my protein waffles. I try to incorporate them in almost everything that I eat because, you know, that's really the more natural way that I get my protein. But at nighttime, I tend to try to cook as much meat as I can that I will eat, because that's the other way that I can get it besides just drinking like protein shakes. Another question, do you take clients? I've had quite a few people ask me that lately, and the answer to that is no, I do not yet. But I do want to get to the place where I do. I've helped a lot of people. I've helped family and friends, you know, I've given some meal plans, made some, you know, some workout plans, but I have not necessarily started a business or anything like that. That is something that I want to do. I just haven't had the time to do it. You know, my children are both getting a little older, so it's getting easier. So I would like to say that I'm going to be able to start finding the time to maybe take on a client or two. That is like an ultimate goal of mine. So maybe you guys will hear something about that soon. We shall see. Okay, last question for now, because this is all I have time for. My child woke up. And the question I've gotten this week, I would say the most, is what type of cardio do you prefer? And y'all, I don't really have a preference. I mean, it depends on like the day. It depends on if I'm training for anything, and right now I'm training for a half. So I have been running a good bit. But I guess preference, I enjoy HIIT the most, because sometimes I am, you know, I'm on a time limit, and HIIT, I can get them, you know, I can make it worth my time because I burn a lot of calories in such a short amount of time, and it actually burns a lot of fat too. HIIT is your ultimate fat burner for cardio, I would say. I mean, you know, it's crazy because sometimes I'll run 6 miles and, you know, I'll be running for an hour, and sometimes I'll do a HIIT session for 25-30 minutes and I'll burn more calories during my HIIT cardio session as opposed to my long run, because my heart rate just stays up for a longer amount of time just with the HIIT. So I guess if I had to choose, I would say HIIT, but I do love a good long run, or I love just being on the Stairmaster for 30 minutes. I mean, it really just depends. But that's all I have time for now. Like I said, if you guys have any more questions, I would be glad to answer them. So just shoot some questions my way if you want some more videos like this. But y'all have a good day.